there's a countdown. What is that? Is that like a test?
That's to let you know it's about to record.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know why I did it, but I just did. I said, I'm going to put this on because I was looking for a black vest. And I couldn't find a black vest. And so I'm an actor, so I'm always about outfits. And
Right.
so I found this little vest. It's like a little Western little vest. I don't know if you can see.
Nice.
It's got like little Western stuff. And I just said, oh, you know what? Throw on some gaudy turquoise
Yeah.
jewelry and some silver. Since I'm from Arizona, I said,
You're
just
a
represent,
thespian. Yeah.
represent my AZ,
Right.
represent my Southwest. And you can see I got my Frida up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got my quilt, this
Oh,
classic quilt. You know,
nice.
do you have one of these?
A quilt?
Well, it's like a crocheted, blanket.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have
My wife does, yeah.
Yeah, so I got this because, like, I remember when I was a little kid, and if people had those, I was, like, really envious because 'cause I've always, liked really bright colors,
Right.
and I was like, "If I ever get a chance to get one, I'm gonna get one," and plus they always have them in the movies. I always Do
Yeah.
you notice these quilts in like, on Roseanne? Roseanne has it on the back of her
Right.
couch,
Yeah.
right? So, like anyways, that's enough about me.
Well, hey, thanks for coming on. I just thought, I enjoyed talking to you before, and I thought it'd be interesting to interview.
Well, yeah, I mean, I that the way that you found me somehow out of the blue, that was
Right.
I love those random things that happen, to me they're the most exciting things because you're like, "Wait, what? How'd you find me?"
Right.
You know? And then you meet a stranger, somebody who lives
Yeah,
across the universe.
exactly.
Yeah.
Where'd you start out at?
As far as, like, acting
Um, where are you
or
from originally?
Oh, okay, well, I'm almost as close to a native as you can get to being a native.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because my mother is from Arizona,
Okay.
and she was first generation born Mexican.
Okay.
And, my grandpa, I guess, apparently crossed over the border when he was, like, 15 years old, and I guess back then you just paid some money. And
Oh,
he
wow.
was born Yeah, he was born in 1901, and so he came over here, like, in 1915, so he was a teenager, and I
Yeah,
guess you just paid some money and you crossed the border, you became a citizen. At
right.
least I always thought that would be funny if one day they came back and said, "Sorry, you're not a citizen."
Yeah,
And I thought that would be a funny film. I'd be like, "What?"
yeah.
But anyway, so my mother, she went to the army and she met my father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was in the WACS, Women's Army Corps, and she
Okay.
met my father, and they fell in love, and they got married, so I was born in Germany,
Oh,
but
interesting.
yeah, that's so cool. I've never been there, though, since I'm an adult. I'd love to go there and Ireland, but
Oh,
after
okay.
that but after that are you Irish or English, or what are you?
I'm Irish, French, Canadian, and whatever.
I always I always say that because on my bucket list is to go to Ireland and
Yeah.
kiss a drunken Irish bastard and throw down a pint of Guinness and then just be on my way and look at some castles and then go home. But my mother,
Yeah,
she had me, and then my father came with her to Arizona and became a copper miner.
interesting.
Yeah, and so he was a cook in the army, then he went to the army before he was old enough, I think, back in the olden days, he could do that. And
Right.
then they married and had me, and so I'm kind of a native, sorta, 'cause
Yeah,
I lived here my whole life.
right.
And you?
Cool.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I was born in California,
In
and then came up to Alaska, and then went to Chicago, and then came back here.
So cool. I would love to go to Alaska's on my bucket list too, just because I've been to, like, a tropical paradise before. I went to the
Right.
Caribbean on a cruise, like, for 7 days, that was pretty cool, so I've seen how that the islands and everything is,
Yeah.
and, I've been to I'd like to go to Alaska, and see
Cool.
some snow, ice, and whatever else.
We last week we had a ton of snow. We had 1,000,000 pounds, the mayor said.
Oh my god, 1,000,000 pounds? Are you exaggerating, or was that true?
No, it was just dumping consistently. There was concern about the roofs caving in from all
Oh
the
my
snow,
god.
and
That is scary. I'm gonna
Right.
turn up the ringer. I'm gonna turn that so that's where I'm from, pretty much,
Nice.
a native.
When did you get the acting bug? When did all that start about?
That happened when I was, my whole life since I was born.
Really?
Since I was, like since I was 3 years old, I wanted to act, and I was always if anybody is watching, I was putting on a show.
Nice.
Dancing dancing, acting, fo I remember at one time I got my mom's, bra, and I put it on my head like I was Catwoman.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah, and then I used to do the Bugs Bunny had a show where he would have this little cane and he would do like a little dance, da 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 da
Yeah.
da da. And like I remember Jackie Gleason had a TV show and he'd say, and away we go," or something like
Yeah.
that. So I was always imitating the TV shows, and then, they my parents would laugh and stuff, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm so cool."
There we go.
And then I always tried out for the plays. Oh, no, before I went to then when I was a little girl, I used to put plays on in the neighborhood. I would get all the little
Wow.
kids in the neighborhood, and I'd say, "Let's do a play, let's do a play." And I was always the
Nice.
director. I was the star, you know?
Huh. Okay.
And then, of course, in school, I tried out for a lot of plays, but when I got in high school, I didn't get into any plays because they had, all the little drama nerds, they cast the same drama nerds over and over and over, and the drama geeks, and I was a cheerleader and,
They
couldn't
kinda
get
took it
into
over.
yeah, I couldn't break into that little crowd of, geeks, and so I never got to be in a play in high school, but then those drama geeks never got to, get their ass checked out by the hot football players, so whatever. It's even. We're even.
Yeah.
Ah, those are fun times, best times of my
Right.
life.
You went
Yeah.
to, theater?
Did I what?
You've taken theater classes?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually went to ooh, where'd that bright light come from?
Oh, cool.
Weird. Actually, I after I got divorced, I, long, long time ago, I got divorced, and I had never taken any acting classes or anything, but, I remember they had an auditions for a community theater there, and I went. Scared as I was, I just decided to go to this community theater, and, I got the part, and what it was they changed it to an IRS woman instead of an IRS man because not enough men tried out for the parts, and so that's how I got my
Cool.
very first part, and so I did this play, and, like, I walked on, did my part, and, like, at the end, I, like, stamped my hand on the table and stormed out, and the crowd went crazy. They went, "Ooh," and that was my first time on stage of any time, other than cheerleading, and I guess I got bit by the bug, for real then, and
Nice.
then I went to college and took when I was older after my divorce, I took a bunch of theater classes. At school, I took like acting one, in the college, like acting one, acting two, acting for theater and film, voice and diction, and whatnot, just everything you could take. And what I do remember about acting was that it's been like three times where acting has actually like literally, I think, saved my life as far as if you're not living your life, your true life, your passion, um, you can literally die a little bit every day. We all die,
Sure.
we all die and we get old if we're lucky to live a full life, right?
Mhm.
But I just remember like my divorce, that was a hard time. So when I got the part in the play, I felt like I was guided over there to do that.
Mm.
And then later on, when I was going through some rough times, I took some classes in college and I didn't even, it saved my life, and then another time later on, when I got my first, uh, part as an extra in a movie, Universal Studios movie, it was called The Kingdom. Did you ever see that movie?
I
It had Jamie Foxx and Jason Bateman. It's really good. It's probably about from 2006 or 7,
Yeah, that sounds really familiar.
and so anyways, my I was going through a hard time just because I was a divorced mother raising kids and it working hard and I remember, my friend, he says I met him in MySpace. Remember MySpace?
Wow. Yeah.
MySpace was the best, right? And I met him during MySpace, and he kept posting it. They're looking for women with brown hair and brown skin and brown eyes, and I kept seeing that, and I ignored it, and I ignored it, and I just finally I said to myself, "You know what, Gloria? If if you wanna act, this is your opportunity to
Yeah.
go. You got those 4 things.
Right. You got it all
Go."
covered. Why not?
Just go. And so I went, and I had the best time of my life. I mean, I just was walking around like Shirley Temple, like, "Oh, the good ship, well," just like
Yeah.
everything was so happy and bright, and
Yeah.
I remember the first day, we were there on a weekend, and we had, they had like a chef in white coats, chefs in hats with silver trays, and they were catering and cutting all the beef, and we were just
Oh,
walking around, and
yeah.
I was like, "This is the life! I've made
Right.
it!" You know? And they paid us like $200 a day, and that was like
Oh,
a
yeah.
long time ago. And I was there for like 10 days, but then like after about the 4th day, I saw some kids around there, and I was like, "Ask them if I can bring mine." Well, first
Oh,
of all, let me back up. I was only supposed What's that? Oh, I was supposed to only be there for 1 day on
right.
the scene,
Oh,
and what I did was at the end of the day, I just went and asked them, I said, "Hey, can I come back tomorrow?" Because I think I had broken the scary barrier by going there and showing up, and then so that first day I walked around and I asked everybody, "How did you get here? How did you find out about this?" Da 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 da. I walked around into everybody, and everybody was dressed in these Arab costumes or whatever. And we were just wearing these things, and you could only like see our eye. No, you could see our face, I think, but we were
mhm.
wearing all black. I guess they're called hijabs. Aren't that what they're called?
Yeah.
And so they said, "Yeah, sure." And they were like, just so matter of fact, they're like, "Yeah, sure." So then after about the 4th day, I said, "Can I bring my son?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Interesting.
So we had a great experience doing that, but, that was another time that acting saved my life. It always has,
Um,
literally.
you mentioned before you're a teacher?
Yeah, I am. I'm a
Okay.
certified teacher in Arizona, and I taught 5th and 6th grade for many years. Not as many as I would like to have, because I was, like, helping raise grandchildren and stuff like that, so I started late, but,
Right.
you know, I guess, better late than never? Hmm,
Yeah.
yes, and so I did teach I put on a play at my last school. I put on like, a little play. I wrote it. And, I had the little kids, it was so fun, so much fun. That's what I would love to do. I would love to make my living just like teaching drama. Well, actually, I'd love to make my living as a paid actor, a paid working actor,
Yeah.
uh, but I would also like to teach drama, whether it was for a nonprofit or, whether I could get paid for it. I love teaching. You can really see what you can bring out in a little child who is like, say, for instance, where I was working, there were a lot of little Mexicans and Guatemalans and
Uh-huh.
El Salvadorians. They were little, it was mostly a Hispanic, Latino, whatever you wanna call it, community, and
Uh-huh.
they're very timid, as
Yeah.
children around school because they're trying to be very respectful and be very good. Around their families are crazy, but so
Right.
at school, to be able to bring that nurture out in them, and then later
Yeah.
on, many years later, they'll call me somehow, they'll find me and they'll say, "Miss Robertson, you really changed my life because of you. I wanted to be an actor." And I'm like, "Oh," it
That's
means a
all it
lot.
takes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It means a lot. Yeah.
it does.
So what about you? How did you start doing what you're doing?
Oh, I just started recording people, then, I started looking at scripts to get ideas of how it works, and with assistance, various apps, I figured it out. I always thought, especially now, I should have gone into, like, comedy. It's been my
Mm,
thing. I listen to interviews, like, the process for different types, stand-up or film, TV. I think it's interesting. I did a music video as a background person. I was there all day. That one experience I never forget. I felt the same where I'm like, I could eat here, you get paid, and like
Right?
hang out.
Talk
You're
to people.
right. And I did. And it was really fun. I met college kids, different models, different people. It was really
And
fun.
and you I was watching one of your videos because I wanted to kind of watch, one of your sorry, I'm moving around a lot because I'm
Sure.
trying to find the best location. That's one thing why I haven't done a lot of auditions because I need to set up a space in my house. Like this is my space where I'm gonna do my little auditions, maybe make a little closet or something
Right.
that I just go into. But anyways, something what were we talking about? We were talking about no, what were we would comment? Oh, yeah, yeah, I was watching one of your videos and because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna check him out just so I can see what his style is or whatever," you know?
Yeah.
And it was some little lady, named Risa, I think it was?
Yeah. Yeah. She's a
And she
comedian.
said she said she did comedy, and you know what? There
Right.
must be a lot and it's so funny because just recently I was thinking to myself, "You know what? I wanna go to like a comedy class, like a little
Yeah.
comedy class." And it's funny because I saw this man you know how sometimes your the universe algorithm or whatever gives you some feed you little crumbs or whatever, and
Yeah.
I saw this guy's name who I hadn't seen forever popped up, and it said he was doing comedy, and I'm like, I always saw those, and I was always so scared because I am not funny unless I'm not trying to be funny, and then I'm funny as hell.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because, I've always sort of been like, not off the cuff, whatever, but kind of very spontaneous, and like I'm
Yeah.
not afraid to, hold back and stuff like that. But somehow maybe I think with everything, like a lot of times everything gets very you can't say that now. You can't do that now. You can't do this now. It's just like, well,
Right.
you know.
I think
And I've
it's
read
just
articles.
just I think I to add real quick, I just think, you have to, try to be clever.
Well, some comedians, the rich ones, they can do and say whatever
I
they want. And
know.
it's like,
Yeah. And they
you know,
complain, but I think it's funny.
I saw a good one the other day, and I don't even know his name, but I was like, this guy's hilarious. But
Yeah.
I'm sure he just, who knows how he started. But you should take a comedy class. Do they
I
have them where you live?
yeah, yeah, I was checking them out. Where I live, they don't have any. I definitely would probably in Seattle if
You
it's
move,
set up. I wouldn't move, but I could definitely like, like
travel.
travel. It's not a long flight. Like it's an hour.
Uh,
Yeah, it's not bad. So I'd have it set up, just go for a weekend and check it out. It just depends on what I find and how it's set up, how they do
You
it.
know, that sounds good because like I said, I mean, I took an improv class a long time ago, and then I chickened out when it was time to go do your performance. I was like, "I don't
Yeah,
want to." And so, like, I think I'm too worried about my filter that it might be just like I might say something and say, "I didn't say that." You know what I
yeah,
mean? Damn it, I'm canceled. I'm
right.
canceled.
Oh no, I think you'd be okay.
Yeah, but that's another fun thing that I'd like to do as far as acting. And of course I want to everybody has a script inside of them,
Right.
right? And especially if you're an actor, and I mean I'd like to actually start by making a short film somewhere somehow. Even
Yeah,
if I even if I research on how to do it like on your iPhone or whatever, just something that's like a minute long. A minute long short film to start, just,
right. Do you
you
have an
know.
iPhone?
Yeah.
You can make a short film. They have like great apps.
I don't know how up to date you need to be or whatever, because mine's an iPhone 13, it's a mini. It's real tiny.
Oh, huh.
But it's tinier than my hand, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
it's just it's a
I don't
mini.
know. Like I don't use them, and I kind of lost track because the way they numbered it was kind of like kind of goofy. So I don't. My wife is big into that, so I'm not.
Yeah, I think this video would have made a better this phone would have made a better, video. I should just have
Yeah.
used that. Yeah.
Right.
I look really good here, but whatever. Uh, anyways,
But
so
yeah. Well, hey, Gloria, thank you for coming on. This was fun.
Yeah, so you can let me see, check out my IMDb. It's Gloria
Right.
Jean Robertson.
I will.
And yeah, check out my IMDb and what else? Facebook, of course, we're already friends there, and
Sure.
hey, let's do this again sometime. I'll give you some updates and let you know what's up, and you can tell me what's up with your comedy. We'll see, we'll do a comedy together.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
Alright.
You have a nice
Thanks,
day.
son.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.